Alright, so I'm going to make this video for people that have never done DIY. What I got here is an LB501 digital scale from Amazon. I think they're like 25 bucks. I've had this one for 3 years now. Still really accurate, no problems. Bottle to put your juice in. I got a case of these, so I got like probably 350 left or so. I make a lot of juice. These are different concentrates. This is Hengsen French ice cream, okay? Capella super sweet. This is Holy Vanilla from DIY Flavor Shack. They don't make that anymore. This is Flavora root beer. And this is Liquid Barn, their vanilla ice cream, which is a really good one. So the reason I'm making this juice is because I got hooked on this. And it has nothing to do with the name. I didn't even realize the name until I was like, I don't know, a quarter of the way through the bottle. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Tom. So, let me see if I can turn it this way. I don't think you're going to be able to see it. Okay, so in this bottle here is liquid nicotine, okay? I bought it from wholesale, liquid nicotine wholesale. I got 2 gallons, and then I decanted it into these and then put it in my freezer to eliminate the possibility of oxygenation and oxidation of my nicotine. So let's make some juice. Oh, almost forgot this glycerin. Okay, so you can buy this on Amazon. I go through Essential Depot because I have for like ever. It's just your regular palm-derived vegetable glycerin. USP food grade, pharmaceutical, kosher, non-GMO, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I don't use PG at all because I tend to find that after mixing all of this, there's enough PG in there. So I'm going to pull up an app I use called Liquid Calc. Liquid Calculator. Let me see if I can find it. Alright, Liquid Calc. Okay. That's it. So if I go to my recipes here, there's one there. Let's see. It's hard to see, but it says Fitz's root beer. Okay. It's an old recipe. It's been around a long time. We're going to make some. We're going to try. So I use using calculator, and it knows my preferences, so we're making 120 milliliters of it. Over here, well, up top, you put in the percentages, okay, of what flavor you're going to use. And then it gives you a breakdown, because we're making 120 milliliters, gives you a breakdown of actual weight in grams. And since this scale measures in grams to 2 decimal points, that's really important to get a scale that measures 2 decimal points in grams. We know our percentages, so this is what we're going to put in here. But instead of going just with regular Fitz's root beer, we're going to go with my take on it. So 6.24 grams of Flavora root beer. So that's that right there. Holy Vanilla, 1.25 grams. So we're going to put that right there. I like to put them in the order that I'm going to use them so I don't accidentally pick up the wrong one. So the Liquid Barn vanilla ice cream and this French vanilla ice cream are to create an ice cream back because with the root beer it just wasn't enough. And the last one we're going to use is Capella Super Sweet. This is your sweetener. This is like 8 to 9%, sometimes 13%. and commercial juices. So we're going to show you exactly how much we use, which is so much less. So let's go ahead and start. Now, this nicotine, I like to put in last. You should definitely be using gloves for the nicotine, but I don't have any gloves, and I want to show you guys this. So, root beer, FLV root beer. Tear out the scale, put it on 0, and we're going to put in 6.24 grams. Come on, you. There we go. So... we're at 4. Almost there. So we're gonna hit 6. We said 6.24. Now I start dropping it in there. 6.2224. There we go. All right. So we're done with that. Done with root beer. Put it to the side. Move on to the next one. It's gonna be Holy Vanilla. So I decanted some into this bottle, and it takes 1.25. So we're gonna put 1.25 in. If you notice, I tear the scale out between each flavor. This shit is magical. If you come across some, definitely get it. Super sweet. So 0.31 grams. Check this out. This is all it takes. That was 4 drops. We're at 0.31. I like my juice a little sweeter, particularly on this one. So we put probably an extra 0.25 in there. So for the vanilla ice cream, I eyeballed it. It's a weaker flavor, so it takes a little bit more, but it's not particularly strong. Hang Sen French Vanilla, on the other hand, is extremely potent. Just a few drops of this will create the perfect back for the Liquid Barn Vanilla. Okay, so we tear it out. I like to vape at 6 milligrams. So at 120 milliliters, it takes 8.28 grams to bring 120 milliliters to 6 milligrams per milliliter. So normally I'm wearing gloves and also something to protect your eyes when you're doing this. Okay, I had an incident a while back, a couple years ago, where I got nicotine in my eye. So always respect your nicotine. I have it on a towel there. I make sure that there's no drops, drips. I make sure it doesn't spill anywhere. Put inside this bottle. If I think it did, I'll clean the shit out of it. I have animals. A lot of you guys probably have kids and animals. And you got a whole herd. So we're done with the nicotine. That's it. So we're going to swirl this around a little bit. Okay. Now we're done. So if you look at that, that's probably 20% of this 120 milliliter bottle. We're done with the scale. We can turn that off. Now comes the fun part. Okay. There's a lot of different camps. Some will tell you not to shake your nicotine because it oxidizes it. I put the bottle on enough to seal it, but not close all the way. Then I shake it to get those flavors nice and mixed up. Okay. So now that everything is mixed, you see the lid is actually still in there. That's where the Gorilla bottles work. Now we're going to take the vegetable glycerin. Okay. And we're doing it this way because a lot of times when I mix, I'll shake and vape. And I filled it up about halfway, okay, maybe a little more. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that back on there, and I'm going to shake the shit out of it. I heard stories about guys using Sawzalls, putting Sawzalls on the back, or just taping this to a Sawzall. and going back and forth for like a minute. That's crazy shit. But more than anything else, your mix is going to take time to homogenize, okay? At least that's the way I understand it. There's a lot of science behind it. I won't explain it. People that are smarter than me can explain it. But there's a reason why steeping takes time. Some mixes, some custards take 4 to 6 weeks to get right. That means you leave it alone for 4 to 6 weeks. I ain't got that kind of patience, so I don't wait that long. So the reason why I'm shaking it up like this, again, really agitating it, is to make sure we don't have any hot spots of nicotine. You don't want a section of this juice to have a hot spot of nicotine. So you really want to make sure that's mixed up really well. So now everything is mixed up really, really well. We take this, put the tiny last bit in there, then we're going to cap it off, make a label, put root beer float on there. It's on there now. You heard it click. And now, I actually, since I'm lazy sometimes, and being warm helps. A lot of people say putting this in warm water will help it mix faster. I think it just changes the viscosity of the juice and allows it to mix a little better. I'll take this, label it, put it in my pocket. This one tastes good immediately. In 3 or 4 days, it turns into something magical. That's actually what's in the Billy Club right now. And so, it's not the exact same, but it's pretty fucking close. And it's close enough, particularly with that ice cream in there, that I'm happy. And total cost for that was probably less than $2 overall. I am really less than $2. So that's it. Now I have 120 milliliters of 6 milligram juice, and it cost me less than $2. So that's it. I don't have any more advice than that. Wash your hands, wash your work area, make sure that you respect your nicotine. Keep a towel handy for spills. I use the lid of my scale to make sure that any spillage ends up in that lid so I can easily clean it. LB501 scale on Amazon. Buy one now before they're all gone, because people are probably going to buy spares. I know I'll probably buy another one. But that's it. That's it. We just made some juice. In fact, you know what? Here, just to prove to you guys, that's it. We're going to drip some down into the Narda. Okay? This is how confident I am. So that is delicious if you like root beer. If you don't like root beer, it might not be for you. But I got lots of recipes, and I'm down to just dump them all. So that's it. That's how you make juice. For those of you that want to keep vaping, this is probably what your future looks like.